Welcome to Intuition, a weekly podcast from Don Elzer at the Wildcraft Forest. Join us every week as we discuss rewilding the human experience and the state of nature. So we do really unique stuff in nature. It's all small footprint, regenerative. We're like in the middle of it all the time, respecting the energy of places and trying to restore places into that original energy that they presented. And with the work that we do, and we engage a lot of people with what we do, the government's now watching us like a hawk. It's like getting borderline on harassment because they can't figure us out. They can't figure out, what are those people doing out there? But understand this, the people who are watching us like a hawk are allowing stuff like this to happen. Look at the crest of that mountain. Look at how they clear cut right over top of it, leaving part of the crest and completely removing the other part. Talk about inconsistent. I mean, yeah, some days I just really wonder about the state of the world. I am in the Monashee Creek complex, which is a very ancient river channel coming out of the Monashee Mountains. And this is a riparian area of old growth cedar and hemlock. It's a classic inland temperate rainforest. And in the background, you can hear a feller buncher making its way closer and closer to this area. And you know, it's important to know that every day in British Columbia, logging starts to penetrate into these riparian areas, into these old growth areas, and people largely do not see them, do not see these events happening. And we quite often get caught up in a handful of such events, but within an hour of each person in British Columbia, there will be this kind of logging event that is happening. And yeah, it's a major activity for our generation to try to slow down and come to terms with how we can, when the earth is at peril the way it is right now, still accept that this degree of logging is happening. And here in BC, we are a leader in the world when it comes to clear-cut logging, and that technology, that economic model, we spread throughout the whole planet. So we'll see what the coming days bring. Here I am on the upper reaches of the Kettle River, right where Beck Creek runs into the Kettle. This is a really remote area of BC. It's getting high up into the Monashee. This stretch of river here, we're flagging it off for a restoration project, and we're diligently trying to get a handle on the energy of the place. And these small creeks that end up coming out of the Monashee Mountains, they provide an enormous amount of strength and energy for the entire planet. The Kettle River here will turn into a larger river that runs into the Columbia River. It represents the only natural, unencumbered river in the entire Columbia system. The rest have dams on them and all sorts of things, not the Kettle. And so this area of the mountains and the inland temperate rainforest provides more fresh water into the Pacific Ocean than any other river system or any other region in the Americas. So it's right on the edge of the Okanagan Valley. It's an important part of British Columbia. It's a threatened river, and it's something that we should take on as a mission to provide the security and the recovery of this river system. I mean, what are we here for? Thanks for joining us on this episode of Intuition. Learn what we do at the Wildcraft Forest. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and by visiting our website at wildcraftforest.com. If you have enjoyed this podcast on YouTube, please subscribe. Thanks again.